listen to this, man. He got some good news for you. Hey, man, listen. Hey, everybody, gather near. The doctor's in the house, so lend him your ear. The things he can say might even make your day. He might even help your pain go away. The doctor is in the house. The doctor is in the house. Let the doctor know what's bothering you. I'm sure he can tell you just what to do. The doctor is in the house. Doctor is in the house. Let the doctor know what's bothering you. The doctor is in the house.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, the doctor is in the house. Welcome, everybody, and I welcome you with an attitude of gratitude. And I ask you to always be like Socrates. Question everything. Question everything. Welcome, everybody. It is an honor to broadcast to you today, episode number 620. It's incredible that we have this many podcasts listed on our website at podbean.com. We've covered a lot of subjects, and we have many, many more to go. But before we progress today, last week's episode went over really well, and I thank you for that. And we talked about medical misdiagnoses. So I happened to have dinner recently with a gentleman who told me about his son who was treated at a Johns Hopkins facility, and they missed a stroke. And a young man now is disabled for life. So no matter where you go, have an advocate, question everything. If you're not satisfied with the answers, get an immediate second opinion. Trust your instincts when it comes to your well-being. So it was an unfortunate incident. So today we're going to talk about thyroid. And at the end of this thyroid podcast, I'm going to start introducing you to the concept of healing energies and energy cards and energy stickers and energy crystals. We'll talk about frequency, scalar energy. Not a major podcast, so that after the thyroid is done, if you want to turn it off, go ahead. But the future of medicine is energy, and we're going to start little bit by little. Give me some information on that. All right, let's go. So today, we will be uncovering one of the most ignored epidemics in modern medicine. And what is that? Low thyroid function, hypothyroidism, subclinical hypothyroidism. Millions are walking around feeling tired, foggy, they're overweight, and they are misdiagnosed. While toxins, stress, and even electromagnetic fields silently sabotage their thyroid health. If you've been told your labs are normal, but you still feel anything but, this episode is for you. We will be peeling back the layers and exposing the real story behind hypothyroidism and what you can do to reclaim your energy, your life. No filters, no pharmaceutical guidelines, just the unadulterated truth. Okay, so let's start. So what is the thyroid? Well, your thyroid is a butterfly-shaped gland in your neck. It produces hormones. It produces T1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but primarily 2, 3, and 4, and they are the ones that regulate your metabolism, your energy production, your temperature, mood, digestion, and even your heart rate. When the thyroid slows down, everything else does also. And as an aside, you know that I am a mitochondriac, and you should be also. And the mitochondria, the energy powerhouses of our body, work with the thyroid. They both must be optimal for you to feel optimal. But there's a catch. Most doctors only test TSH. TSH is a pituitary hormone to assess thyroid function. That's like checking your car's dashboard light without looking under the hood. Many people with normal TSH still feel miserable because their active hormone, which is really T3, is low. Or worse, it's being blocked by toxins. So what symptoms are expressed when you have an underactive thyroid? Well, fatigue, even after a full night's sleep, brain fog and poor memory, weight gain despite eating well, dry skin and brittle nails, constipation, cold hands and feet, thinning hair, mood swings or depression, menstrual irregularities, and a slow heart rate. I probably should also put in here a lower pitched voice. But does that sound familiar? Well, these are all signals that your metabolism and your thyroid are under strain. So what could be attacking your thyroid? Well, there are some modern saboteurs. The first one we'll mention is toxins. We are swimming in endocrine disruptors, chemicals that interfere with hormone functions. We've talked about this innumerable times about endocrine disrupting chemicals. And the other thing is fluoride. Now, in Florida, we're blessed having a governor that's going to be outlawing fluoride all over, but fluoride found in many water supplies was once used as a thyroid suppressor in Europe. That's the subject of another podcast. Are these chemicals keeping us sick so the pharmaceutical companies can give us drugs? Third thing, so we got toxins, fluoride, a little rabbit trail there with the pharmaceuticals. And the third thing is perchlorates. It's from rocket fuel. It's found in produce and water. It blocks iodine uptake. BPA and phthalates, they are from plastics and personal care products. They disrupt the signaling from the thyroid. And heavy metals like mercury and lead can damage the thyroid gland. And after reading an article this morning about the cobalt-60 radioactive material that's being used in our food supply, I'm probably going to have to add that in, but I don't have enough information on that yet. And I talk about EMFs all the time. Yes, electromagnetic fields, especially from Wi-Fi, cell phones, and smart devices. They can increase oxidative stress and alter calcium signaling, which may disturb mitochondrial function. Remember, mitochondria are the powerhouses, and they can even affect the thyroid directly. EMFs, ladies and gentlemen. Electromagnetic fields. Animal studies show changes in thyroid hormone levels after chronic EMF exposure. If I haven't convinced you to turn off your routers at night, maybe this might be an incentive. Stress affects your thyroid. Chronic stress, it raises cortisol. Cortisol comes from your adrenal gland. It's meant to be high when you're in a dangerous situation. Cortisol suppresses TSH, thereby inhibiting T4 to T3. The active thyroid hormone that makes you feel better is T3. Stress also worsens autoimmunity. And then that brings us to Hashimoto's thyroiditis, the most common cause of hypothyroidism in the United States. It's an autoimmune disease. It's triggered in part by leaky gut, gluten, infections, and toxins. The gluten antibodies are similar to the thyroid antibodies. we don't talk too much about it, but it's known. But autoimmune disease from stress causing Hashimoto's thyroiditis and gut imbalance. 20% of our thyroid hormone conversion happens in the gut. A damaged microbiome means poor hormone activation. And gluten sensitivity, a big factor for many with Hashimoto's. Remember the saying from the COVID scam area, have a superior interior. That interior is your gut, where up to 80% of your immunity comes from. But now you know that 20% of your thyroid hormone is converted in your gut. It's the T4 going to T3 in your gut, ladies and gentlemen, a superior interior. So what are you being told? What tests are being ordered? If your doctor or healthcare provider, I have to say now, only checks your TSH, they're missing the big picture. Here's what you need. You need that TSH, but you also need a free T3 and a free T4. And one that I was surprised that some endocrinologists don't even know about is a reverse T3. Thyroid antibodies, the peroxidases, and the antibodies to thyroid. Also, you should be having the test done for iron or ferritin, which is how iron is stored in our bodies, zinc, selenium, vitamin D, and B12, because these are the nutrients your thyroid needs to function. And we should also have a morning, upon awakening now, a basal body temperature and a tracking of your symptoms. I cannot tell you how Rhoda Barnes has to be smiling that we're talking about this, because he told us this 40 or more years ago. MD, PhD, who wrote a great book about subclinical hypothyroidism years ago. The unsuspected diagnosis, I think he called it. Let me just mention this reverse T3 a little bit. I didn't have it in my script, but this reverse T3 measures the amount of inflammation in your body. And it cancels out the active T3 that your body needs. So your labs could look like you have normal amounts of free T3 and T4, but if you don't, and you still have symptoms, it could be the reverse T3 canceling it out. So it must be measured. So you're taking thyroid medications, you still feel awful. Well, I can tell you from talking to a lot of people during my upcoming 60th anniversary as a physician, you're not alone. Now, everybody is taught in medical school to prescribe levothyroxine. That is only T4. That's your Synthroid type products. But many people, because of gut problems, remember 20% is converted from T4 to T3 in your gut, but many people do not convert it into the active form of thyroid that you need to feel good, and that's T3. Most physicians think that ordering anything natural is unnatural. Well, it is. Some patients do quite well on natural desiccated thyroid. You might see it as ND, as in David T, natural desiccated thyroid, or a mixture of T4 medications or T3 medications like Synthroid and Cytomel. Okay, so this is where you need a physician who can think about it and who knows the chemistry of your thyroid. But medication is only part of the picture. You have to always get to the root cause, eliminating endocrine disruptors. Filter your water. Avoid plastic, especially. Please do not microwave plastic. Please. Clean up your cosmetics. Try and get ones that are not in plastic. And detoxification. Maybe it's my fault I don't talk enough about it, but the use of saunas. Now, everybody's is into the infrared saunas. Well, it turns out, and we'll do a segment on this at some point, that the steam conventional saunas get rid of a lot more toxins. But whatever, it's better. An infrared or any sauna is better than nothing. So we have to detox using saunas, binders, liver support, like milk thistle. And you know that I have always supported ultra zeolite, which is a natural compound that removes toxins. Support our guts. Probiotics are important. Digestive enzymes, if you're not digesting your food and maybe you're just getting old and we run out of it. And if you're sensitive to a food, if you notice that when you eat certain foods, you become groggy and foggy and just don't feel right, try avoiding those foods and remove food-sensitive products from your diet. Just as a rabbit trail probiotics, my favorites are ones that are mold biotics, spore biotics, because the way they produce the spore biotics is they survive the gastric juices and get down to your intestines where they really need it. And then one, I probably should wrap my head in duct tape every time I've said this so it don't explode. Reduce your EMF exposure. Please, the least you can do, turn off your Wi-Fi at night. Use wired connections. Now, I am in my home. I have a router, but I have a Faraday cage over it, and I have a direct wire from the router to my computer. Keep phones away from your body, especially this is important for children. Well, manage stress. Easy to say, right? Don't worry about it. Well, there are classes available to help you meditate, get some morning sunlight if possible, and that all important earthing or grounding where you walk barefoot on the grass or on the beach or you hug a tree. And nutrients. Which ones should you be taking for your thyroid? Well, definitely selenium, manganese, a B complex, tyrosine, and zinc. Iodine is needed for some people, but this you should be careful with and have someone coach you how to use iodine in as a supplement. And that's why we are entering into an area where medicine has to be more personalized and less AI. And personalized medicine is the key to getting your thyroid functioning so that you function properly. Genetics, gut health, toxic load, sleep, we've talked about restorative sleep, circadian rhythms, all play a role in thyroid function. And remember, your mitochondria telling you, the powerhouses of your cells need thyroid hormone to produce energy. That ATP is critical. So healing the thyroid is not just about fixing one gland. It's reigniting your entire energy system. Thinking of your body as a symphony orchestra, getting all the instruments in the orchestra to play in tune, to be balanced. Your thyroid, ladies and gentlemen, your thyroid is your body's energy thermostat. But as I've given you a hint today, it's under constant attack in today's toxic, high-tech world. But because we know that, there's hope. With awareness, functional testing, detox strategies, and the right lifestyle tools, you can start restoring balance from the inside out. So don't settle for just feeling okay. Demand optimal. Even your blood tests. Do not settle for your healthcare provider saying they're normal for your age. No, sir. I want to be normal for age 30. I want everything to be functioning as it did when I was 30 years old, when I never got tired, when I had energy, when I had hair. So, if you've been listening to me, I do not filter the truth. I'm trying to amplify it. If this episode spoke to you, please share it. Please live it. Your healing journey has begun if this is the first time you've heard me. So let's just take a quick little break, and I'm going to be back with the second part of this program.
Are you tired of sugar-coated health advice? Welcome to Dr. Ron Unfiltered, Uncensored, where real talk meets real wellness. Dr. Ron cuts through the noise with bold insights on health, longevity, and living your best life. No filters, no fluff. Join the Wellness Warriors, a community of truth seekers dedicated to taking charge of their health, challenging the status quo, and unlocking their full potential. Ready to ditch the nonsense and get real about your well-being? Tune in to Dr. Ron, Unfiltered, Uncensored. Your health deserves the truth.
Okay, we're back. So I want to start introducing you to energy cards, crystals. We'll call them for this episode superpowers in your pocket. And a picture card, no thicker than a credit card, buzzing quietly with invisible waves that some say can balance your body, boost your mood, and even tune your energy field. So let's decode the science, the speculation, and the spirituality behind scalar frequencies and imprinted cards, crystals, and jewelry. Frequencies. I will be coming out with an arc wave card so that we'll have many podcasts explaining that. But we talk about frequencies, just like radio waves or musical notes. Everything has a vibration. Everything is energy. Tesla said it first. Our bodies respond to different frequencies. Some support healing, and others might cause stress, like some of the rock music, or the ones that could create healing, like the chants from the monks, or massage music. So everything has a frequency. Energy is everything. And we hear this term scalar energy. Well, unlike regular waves that move up and down, scalar waves spread evenly. They quietly fill space because there is no emptiness in this world. Everything is full of something, and the scalar energy quietly fills space with potential energy. Tesla called it radiant energy, or a still pond vibrating underneath. These frequencies and this energy can be imprinted. That means by using a special technique or something that we'll have to get rid of some of your cognitive dissonance to understand this, even by intention. People believe you can store beneficial frequencies in materials like energy cards, metals, crystals, quartz, and so forth. It's like having a healing song in a wearable object. So we'll be talking in today a little bit and in the future about quartz and shungite and copper and cards and metal. They hold these imprinted vibrations, these imprinted frequencies, and they become a personal energy tool. I heard someone call them a spiritual USB drive, put in your pocket. I had someone tell me I've carried. I have been making imprinting cards for my friends, and they said I've been carrying your imprinted card in my wallet for months, and I can't explain it, Doc. But I sleep deeper. I don't have as much anxiety. My energy feels clear. I've lost weight. My digestion has improved, and we'll have more testimonials as time goes on. So scalar energy card means that you have imprinted frequency fields to keep you calm, to keep you energized, to keep you clear-headed. And PEMF, pulsed electromagnetic fields, that's another form of stimulation that can be used for pain relief and circulation boost. Infrared light and heat for detoxification, biofield tuning using tuning forks to help you have energy coherence. They're different forms of frequencies and modalities. So energy and frequency. So I was on a video program with Dr. Jerry Smith talking about all this, and I'll put a link to that at the end of this podcast. So just let me tell you this. Most energy that we know, like electricity or radio waves, travels in waves and has a direction. But you're going to hear more as we go on about scalar energy. It does not have a direction. It just steadily, as a force, fills space quietly. And why are we talking about it? It's because it makes you feel better. It improves your sleep. It boosts your body's natural healing. Your body knows what it needs. And if these frequencies, this energy is available to it, it will take it up where it is needed. And then you will have healing. And we will be using analogies like a violin. If all the strings are perfectly tuned, it sounds great. If one is broken or out of tune, you know it immediately. As soon as it is tuned up, you're back to having pleasant sounds. And that's the same thing with your body. We'll also bring up a concept called 0-point energy. It is a mind-bending concept for most people. It's from quantum physics, and it sounds like science fiction. But believe me, it's the lowest possible energy that a quantum system can have, even if it's at absolute zero temperature. That means even when everything should be completely still, particles still jiggle around due to what's called quantum uncertainty. They can't ever be at total rest. And we will be talking about the Heisenberg uncertainty principle that talks about how to measure this. So 0-point energy is accepted in physics. It's a power source. And it's becoming more and more of a buzzword. If you haven't heard it, you will hear it. It's becoming a buzzword in a healing concept by enhancing energy, helping with meditation, helping with frequencies. So here's a closing statement that I wrote. Imagine everything in the universe, including our bodies, is buzzing with invisible waves, and we call them frequencies, like the way music has vibrations that you can feel. Scalar energy is a special kind of energy wave that does not move up and down like regular ones. It just spreads evenly and quietly, kind of like how calm water looks after the ripples fade. And this energy can be imprinted, these frequencies, like recording a song, into materials like crystals or cards. Once imprinted, these objects are release the energy patterns and gently influence your body's own vibrations when you hold them or wear them or use them with food or water. It's like using a tuning fork to help your body remember how to stay balanced and healthy. So that's just a start. And I hope you've enjoyed today's podcast. A little bit long, but you could have stopped after the thyroid. In any case, this is Dr. Ron, your host of Dr. Ron, Unfiltered, Uncensored. Thanking you for being a listener, and we will bring you more next week. Have a great week.
Hey everybody, Dr. Ron's finished for today. I hope you got some good wisdom for what the man had to say. If it's all about good health, he's the man you got to see. He has a lot more answers for you. So tune in next week when the doctor is in the house. Or when the doctor is in the house. Let the doctor know what's bothering you. When the doctor is in the house. The doctor is in the house. The doctor is in the house. Let the doctor know what's bothering you. I'm sure he can tell you just what to do. The doctor is in the house. The doctor is in the house. Let the doctor know what's bothering you. When the doctor is in the house. So if you have a pain, call the doctor. If you have a strain, call the doctor. Let the doctor know what's bothering you. When the doctor is in the house. The doctor is in the house. See you next week.